I teach at Liberty High School, and I teach Spanish. So I'm going to ask my co-host to introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Clayton Pope. I am the digital learning coach, also at Liberty High School. And I can tell you, you're in for a treat today because Patricia is fantastic with the innovative things she does with technology at Liberty. And she's someone I learn from all the time. So really happy to be providing any input I can.
Thank you so much, Clayton. That's so nice of you. Remember just your Zoom controls. Please remain on mute. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to send them to the chat and we'll be monitoring them. Alrighty, so now we are going to be learning about how LTI work in Canvas and how to configure and deploy an LTI app. We're going to do this to increase student engagement and to get instant data and grades in the Canvas gradebook. So right now, some of you might be, I'm sure that you are asking, what does LTI mean? So first, I would like to do like a quick poll, and please go to menti.com, and there is a code. And if you could answer, do you know what a Canvas LTI means? What does it mean? Do you know anything about it? Are you familiar with them?
And I just put the link in the chat. So if you prefer, you can click directly on the link and that will take you there as well.
So let's see, let's check our results and see how we're doing. So yeah, we have one that it says not, but I know how to embed. Very good. If you could access the link on the chat, that will be great. So you can give us your feedback on how much do you know about what does a Canvas LTI app means. Okay, yeah, we have a person that knows they can only post links to external resources. Oh, good, we have one person that already integrated the app. Good job. Collecting already grades. Please share. Alrighty, well, this is kind of like for me to have an idea of the teachers who are here in this webinar. And I'm going to quickly explain 4 things, okay, before giving you the actual definition of LTI. I'm going to do this in order to see the benefits. So please hang in there, okay? I promise it will make sense. I will also provide a link to this presentation and all the resources after I explain what LTI means. So let's go over these 4 things. So our first learning type, how an LTI app work in Canvas. To identify the benefits, first, let's see what LMS stands for. It stands for Learning Management Systems. There are plenty of them out there. We have Edmodo, Moodle, Blackboard, Schoology, and of course, Canvas. In Canvas, you can create an online class, you can add assignments and resources, but there's much more that you can do in an LMS. You can track students' participation, you have a gradebook, you have integrated tests, quizzes, and you can foster a discussion board. So basically, your Canvas course is the backbone of your course. Every single student needs to have a home base. They need to know where they are going to go for everything they're going to need for your course. So if you're not using an LMS, you are missing out. You are working twice. So this is about, remember, to make our lives easier and more efficient. And teachers think that Google Classroom is an LMS, but it is not, okay? Because in Google Classroom, teachers only assign work and they collect digital work. It does not track students' participation, and there is no gradebook. So no discussion boards, no rosters, and teachers only post links to external tools. So I'm pretty sure all of you are very familiar about this process. So what is an external tool of application? Could you please just post in the chat, how do you post links to your students in your course? I would like to know. Of course, we all know this process, but I would like you to give me a little bit of the steps on how do you provide the links to your students. Okay, Stacy says hyperlinks. So how do you do a hyperlink? Very good. Glendin embeds the links and external links. But how do you post? What are the steps to post a link in your course? So basically, we have a link, right? But we need to first, we need to access the external tool. How do we do that? We need to log in into your external resource. You need to copy paste the link. You need to change the setting. For example, if you're using a document, you need to edit the permissions. And then you're gonna go back to your course and upload the link or copy paste it into your course. As you can see, there's a lot of these steps for students to click on the link, right? So thanks for sharing all of these steps for students to click a link. However, we want them to access our resources, okay? So what are the resources that you use? I use, for example, Flipgrid, Google Docs. I even use Twitter, Quizlet, Padlet. Do you have any other resources that you would like to talk about that you use in the classroom? So please post them in the chat. Yes, Apostle, good job. So yeah, basically, just like Fatima said, sometimes we put a word and then we embed or we copy paste the link into that word. So now, what you need to do to see those scores? Imagine you're working in Edpuzzle, the students, you provide the link and they go to Edpuzzle, the students need to log in, you need to log in, everybody logged in, and in order to see the data and everything. Yeah, so many steps. So one of the disadvantages of using external links is that students still need to log in to access that external link or tool to see the students' progress and grades. Does this sound familiar to you? Now, remember, this is about making our lives easier and more efficient. So Canvas supports external resources inline. You can continue, adding your link and working twice as much as, like you want. You're like going over all of these steps to post a link. But there's another way. One, in Canvas, you can embed external tools with an HTML code. Now, these tools, these online tools, you can just see them sometimes. You cannot interact with them. So that's why we have two little arrows. The first one is just to embed the app to actually just see the content without integrating or manipulating the app. For example, on my homepage, I have Twitter or like just the Menti that we just did, the survey in the beginning. I would just post and everybody's gonna see the results, but you cannot interact. Another way is to embed online tools with an HTML code, and now you will be able to use the app. All of this is to increase the student engagement. Now, there's one more even better way to use your links, which is that Canvas supports additional integrations. And that's when the LTI comes in. So LTI stands for Learning Tool Interoperability. So once you configure and deploy these LTI apps, they are not external anymore. And they will be inside your Canvas for you to future deliver customized assignments and experiences that you're gonna bring your tools, your online resources inside Canvas. Okay, so I'm gonna bring Mastery Connect and I'm gonna use it inside Canvas. I don't need to go out, log out, copy, paste the link, and etc. Nearpod, both, there are multiple. Now, it depends if they are vendors for, if these apps and resources are vendors for Canvas. Now, I have a very cool image next that I found that is this airport luggage. So it's like a carousel device, you know, that delivers online applications in that imaginary claiming area. So if you don't put your apps into this imaginary belt, you will not be able to deliver the tool or the application to the students. So on the other hand, you can mentally browse, for example, your apps in this imaginary belt, and then choose which one to use whenever you need it, if you already put it into that belt. So that's what is integrating the apps. You're gonna put them inside Canvas, and then you're gonna pick which one you want to use. You will not only add more engagement to your course, but also you will be able to get the immediate data, grades, and the scores of the students. They will be able to see it, you will be able to see it, and they will be stored in your Canvas gradebook. So the third thing that has Canvas that is amazing is to configure and deploy all these LTI apps and integrate them into your Canvas course. Now, using these external tools and assignments integrations allow teachers to receive these auto grades, right? They do it on their own, it's seamlessly. And they are storing your course in your roster, in your course in Canvas, everything inside. Alrighty, now let's move to Learning Target 2. And for this one, I'm gonna provide you a course. So this is a Canvas course for you to enroll. So if you guys could enroll to this course, and we're gonna go to how to configure and how to deploy these apps. If you could just add it to the chat, what are the benefits that you see? Will this provide a list of tools? Oh, I just saw that questions. I will provide you a list at the end of the presentation as well, of the ones that I've seen that work with Canvas. Okay, there's many more, I guess, but I will provide you with that. So if you could just also post on the chat, what do you see any benefits of these? What are the benefits of using the LTIs? What are the benefits that you see using them? How do you see yourself using them?
I think one of the main benefits I see, Patricia, and I think you're about to go over this later, is that these resources automatically put the grade into the gradebook for you, which certainly takes the step of having to have one screen with the grades and Edpuzzle and then copying them over one at a time. That's a major time saver for me, at least. The way I see it is automatically putting those grades in for you is a pretty cool functionality. So I think that's one of the main selling points.
Definitely. And then students, they don't have to go anywhere else. You have them all inside Canvas and they will be working there. So if you already enroll in the course, I'm going to show you how it looks like. Our Canvas course has 6 steps. Okay, so if you are in your Canvas course already, then just click step 1. And I'm going to show you what does embedding means. So the first one was embedding, right? So now I see the results of the survey. I cannot interact with the app, but I can see and access the resources. The same if you go to my homepage, I have my Twitter account. You cannot comment or reply to my tweets, but you can see them. So that's how you embed tools in Canvas. Just kind of like, you know, there's that one part where you only embed to access or see the resources. Now, if we go to step 2, we're going to see how I integrated Edpuzzle into an assignment. Now, the assignment, I have it with 100 points. So when students complete this assignment, the grades are gonna get stored into the Canvas. Now, to see how it works, you're gonna go to the home page and then click on the student view. So then you can see how the students will see it. So if we go to step 2, you see that students will be asked for their name. I'm ready. Yes, let's do it. So then you just click the test student. I need to reset the student, I guess. Here we go. And then they will be able to just complete the assignment inside Canvas as you see it right now. So they can just play the video and start answering all the questions. When they finish, this is just an example for you to see how you can interact with it. So as you can see, it's embedded, but you can interact with this integration. Okay, so we already went through this step 3 of how the apps work. So now we are on step 4 on how to apply these. As I told you, there are many apps out there that they are vendors for Canvas. Now, there are other apps that you can, if they are not included into our list, you can add them with the following steps. So first of all, you need to create an account for this EducaPlay. Let me go back to my teachers. So now I need to leave my student view. And then I'm gonna go to settings. So as a teacher, you have settings where you are going to add your apps. Right here, these apps are already, you know, for you as vendors, ready for you to integrate, but all of them will need 2 things. The first thing that you are going to need is going to be a consumer key, then a share code, and then the launch URL code. So we click settings, then apps, then view app configuration, and then plus app. And here's where you're gonna enter this information. So in this case, this EducaPlay is not on the list, but I can get the codes from their website. So you see how it says here, launch URL? I can just copy and then bring it to my course, and then I'm gonna copy it where it says launch URL. Then I go back, and then I copy my consumer key, and I add it where it says consumer key. Finally, I go to my shared secret code, and I paste it here. You only need to do this once. Once you configure this app, it's ready for you to use. EducaPlay. Okay, and then you add them to this, that I close it because I click on my screen. Okay. You will see me doing it.
Patricia, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them in the chat, and I'll try to answer them for you as she's setting this up.
And paste. Now let me try to do this right because I have my my little screens here. Okay, here we go. And I cannot move it, and I erased it again. Oh well. Okay. Sorry, my box here is avoiding me to click consumer key. I promise it doesn't take you long. It's very easy. It's just I have the little share thingy on the bottom that I click and I cannot access. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can. There we go. Yay! So now it's integrated here. Okay, so once you integrate it, now you need to launch the app. So we go to our modules. I suggest always to, well, that's how I usually work with modules. So I have my module 1, which is how to configure an app. And then here is to how to deploy this app. So now I'm gonna click on this plus sign, and then I'm going to create an assignment. I'm just gonna call it Educa Play Sample. And I add the item. Once you click here, you can give instructions or directions specific, but if you don't want to do all of that, you can just embed the link and then tell the students to go there. One important thing is that you need to change the points. This is very important. Change it to 100 points. And then where it says submission type, you're gonna go to external tool. Here, you're gonna find your external tools. I have Bulb, I have Odd Puzzle, I have all of these. I found Educa Play, which is the one that I'm gonna actually launch right now to show you. And then I'm just gonna click save. That's it. You can do a deadline if you want to do that. But here, I'm just gonna send it right now. Now it's gonna ask the teacher, which activity? Right now I only have on this account 1. So I'm just gonna click the one that I want to embed in here. And now the students are ready to interact with the app without going anywhere, without any other link. They just open the assignment and click start. And then it says un plato fuerte, so they can just start selecting their activities and working to find the platos fuertes in Spanish, tacos de pollo. Okay, so as you can see, it's gonna give you the time, it's gonna give you the score. It asks me to find 2 more, so until I finish it, I will be able to go on. Okay, so as you can see, I'm interacting with this application inside Canvas without leaving, without anything else. Imagine I go back to my modules, okay? I click again on the link and it will appear exactly the same with a second attempt for the students because they left the activity without finishing it. So it tracks not only how many times they access the Canvas tracks you how many times they access, how long do they spend doing this activity, and then at the end you go to your gradebook and there's gonna be a column that is gonna say Educa Play. Now, as you can see, it says that it's unpublished. So that's another thing that you need to be very careful about. Make sure that you always publish your assignments. My module was published, but my assignment was not. So then I need to click publish. Once I click publish, then the students will be able to see it and access this integration inside Canvas. So now it says Educa Play Sample and my grades will be here. Now I have the other one, which is the Explore that I have for the Ed Puzzle one. And it takes me to the Ed Puzzle, and then if I click the speed grader, it takes me back to this amazing view. This is a very beautiful one because you can just scroll through the students. And for example, there's other tools that give you the actual report inside here. So you will be able to see the students, their scores, and more data about how they perform. Okay, so if we go to our next step, which is going to be step, do you have an, at this time, I would like, I'm happy to take any questions that you may have. You might want to just add them to the chat. Or you can unmute yourself. here on step 5, if you could let me know your takeaways from these and your insights, your feedback, and if you think that these app integrations will gonna work for you. What are the benefits that you're gonna see? Do you see yourself expending less time posting assignments and links and then having your course inside Canvas without the students logging into other external tools, but everything is gonna be inside. So what do you think? Let me know. Is there any comments that we have on the chat?
Pretty good conversations going on, Patricia, about, what would you do if you want to add an LTI to several courses? What's the approach that you take if you were going to add this LTI to all of your courses?
That's a great question, because actually I have all my classes, Spanish 2 classes here. So I don't need to add them to every single course. They are added into Canvas. So I will access them here. Now, the only one is the Mastery Connect. It ties into your roster. So only the courses that have a roster will be able to use the Mastery Connect app. But for this one, imagine, this is my Spanish 2. When I go to my gradebook, I will be able to select which class I want to see. So for example, if I have a Spanish 3, then it will have, I will change it to Spanish 4 or Spanish, depending which session you want to see, and then you will be able to see the scores for that specific section, for that specific activity. So it's amazing. Was that the question, like how to use the app and the integrations inside Canvas with multiple classes in one course?
I think so. I think it was also about if you wanted to add it to different actual courses.
Oh no, they are already added.
Yeah. If
I go to any other ones, I can just post an activity because I already, that's what I say, like bring them into my belt. That's kind of like the cool part of these. They are already there. So you don't need to worry. You just need, actually now I'm thinking which other one I'm going to add. Which is the one that I use the most, or no, which one is the one that I'm going to try this time. And the last thing that I would like to share is the list that you were asking about. And actually it's in your Canvas course as well. Where did I go? But this list has all some integrations of the LTI Apps integrations in Canvas that you can use for each part of the lesson. So if you want to apply, I have used Flipgrid, Bulb-App, Screencastify, Mastery Connect, EducaPlay, Puzzles, because they are already vendors, so they are easily connected. All of these, you can provide links, as I said before, and embed them for students. If the app allows you to interact, then you will be able to post the links, I mean, not the link, but the embedded app or online tool, and students can interact with them, but there are all the ones that they will only be able to see what you post. So feel free to browse through all of these resources. I suggested the apps that are already integrated into Canvas, and then possible mediums to embed into the Canvas page or assignment, because they are not vendors for Canvas yet. And everything is on the resources for this presentation as well are on step 6. No, sorry, this is step 5. Oh no, yeah, right here, step 6, correct. So our presentation here, the one that we just went through, is right here, the Google Slides. They are beautifully integrated, okay? And same with my PDF that I just showed you. So instead of, providing this to students, they don't need to go anywhere. They just click on your assignment and they can see and interact. So I can just click here and go to Mastery Connect. So you see the beautiful of this integration, PDF, love them. I love them because students can just click and they go wherever I want them to go. And finally, you would say, what do the students say about these interactions, because we do so many? Well, they love them. I mean, they provided me, I asked for their feedback about, you know, to reflect how they did in this class with so much technology in Spanish too. And they say, you know, that they were very proud of everything they created and they learned and how they use this technology to do projects. They love Ball, they love the Flipgrids, their favorite app was Wakelet. I mean, it was just very, very amazing to see how proud they are of the way they were using the resources and how they will remember the dynamic of this class, because every day was different. And there were lots of things that they were able to learn and interact. And now some of them, they were saying, now I'm gonna use this in another course as well. So you're providing the tools for other classes as well. Well, it's time. It's time. But if you have any question, I'll be here for a couple more minutes to answer any questions that you may have. And thank you so much for attending this session.
Thank you
Adios.
very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.